Gee, she wants to get captured and then go into the TV. This is going to take forever. Wow. Just then, 5 meters ahead, something white and fluffy crosses my path. It is Snowy. It notices me and approaches. I'm worried about my pursuers, but I cannot dismiss 024's beloved Snowy. I didn't read that. I lower my speed and run with him. Then I notice the scenery we're passing has calmed. My surroundings are very different now. The blue sky was previously obstructed by the trees is now clearly visible. The green grass is shining vibrantly in the area of the sun. And there is a deeper blue in the sky ahead. Many of the lines of white run across it.
The ocean?
Snowy barks as if an answer. I feel like saying, "That's right!" I could not previously comprehend Snowy. I did not have an interest in trying. But now I can grasp what Snowy is saying, and I could speak with its own language. I know it feels happy to be able to run with me. I feel as if 024 is inside me. Though we were forced apart, she certainly left me many things. Not only her wish, but other things as well.
I'll find her come hella high water. Are you with me, Snowy?
Snowy barks energetically, and I responded with a thanks and a smile. 024 and Snowy are encouraging me. Though I do not have any clues, I will find her, no matter what happens or how long it takes. I search my current location once more. Now I'm further from the research facility, I can use my GPS to triangulate my position. But on seeing the results, I cannot help but stop running. Snowy stops a little further ahead and returns to me. My current location is Yakushima, within the Kagoshima Prefecture, a remote island far from shore. The island's perimeter is only 132 kilometers. In such a limited area, it will be a matter of time before a full-scale manhunt apprehends me. The research facility must have been built on an island in anticipation for such situations. Even if someone were to escape the facility, the island's geography would contain them. It is essentially a natural prison. I do not want to believe it, but my hope was meticulously strangled before I was born. However, I cannot wait here to be captured. I begin running again. Though, as expected from my position data on the map, I immediately reached the ocean.
So, this is the ocean. It's so huge. I can't see anything out there at all.
I look into the glistening surface of the ocean and reflect the sun's light and ponder the beauty. I'm at a loss. Though I knew it would come to this, I could not stand idle. Despite this, my feelings sink. Snowy looks up at me from time to time as I stop running and begin walking. His gesture of concern forces me to smile, and I tell him that it is all right. The forest becomes a grove, and the trees grow spasa. The blue ocean and the sandy soil leading up to it spread before my eyes. I check my map again. This is not an uninhabited island. There is a means for people to come and go. But I doubt I will be able to use these methods freely without arousing any suspicion. I gaze down at my own hand. It is completely unlike a human hand. It is an object sculpted from metal.
Well, that's a problem. What should I do?
My question seems to stymie Snowy.
Don't give me that look. Ah, well. Maybe it's my fault for getting so frustrated. Sorry, Pooch.
Just as I'm about to crouch and pass Snowy's head, Snowy moves as if avoiding me. Snowy circles around behind me and growls, in the way we just came. I train my sense that direction, and sense presence in the distance. They may be keeping their distance on purpose. Since I have no firearms, they must understand what the effect of rage exceeds mine.
Looks like they're coming.
Most of the human soldiers are a number of my sister units. Is it possible I can convince them not to fight me? I dismiss the idea as hopeless. Though they may have awakened to their ego, after my escape, they will be under the commander's control. Even if that is not the case, I think it may be their orders are absolute, just as mine once did.
Knowing why they're here doesn't make it any easier to deal with them.
It does not seem as if they will attack all at once. They must understand that I am already at the ocean and have nowhere to escape. I do not want to surrender, but I am frustrated by my powerlessness. To be caught like this, I have my own mission to accomplish. The ocean sparkles. The periodic sound of water I once heard from afar echoes from it. As I gaze at clear water which ebbs and flows, a mysterious feeling rises in me.
Look at that. It's beautiful.
My opponent showed no indication of moving. I step onto the sand. After cataloging what the sensation approached the pier standing at the ocean. When I step onto it, the wooden planks creak. I can hear Snowy's light tread behind me as well. I stand at the end of the pier and look out at the ocean. I wonder if she is beyond the ocean that seems to stretch forever. The girl 024 wanted to meet. The girl that I wished to meet as well. The mother figure who loved us and wished for our happiness. While my thoughts turn to the girl whose face I do not know, I decide to preserve the ocean's beauty in my memory. After all, it may be the same last time I'll be able to see the ocean as myself. The odds are high that when I'm restrained and returned to the facility, my memory will be wiped. I'm scared. I'm frustrated. I do not want to be erased. But I do not think all my hopes are lost yet. This may be the end of me. But just as I inherited the memories of 024 and other units, my memories will surely endure into the next generation. So, I'll keep these feelings, along with this beautiful ocean scene, deep within the origins of my heart. Therefore, there it cannot be erased or tampered with. The beautiful sky and ocean, the shining sun and glistening water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. The scenery from this pier is stunning, and it is unimaginable from inside the inside of the research facility. I am glad that this last place I see is so beautiful. With the ocean before me, I speak to any future sisters that I have yet to meet. It might be called a type of prayer.
To all the ones I'll never meet, but will receive my memories.
My emotions race ahead of my thoughts. I cannot find the right words to say.
There's so much I want to say to you that I don't know where to start.
I close my eyes and start to calm my heart. To my descendants, whom I will probably never meet, if you ever find something precious to you as I did with 024 and wish to meet them, may you meet them here. May you go beyond the pier to the places I could not.
I just pray from the bottom of my heart that everyone can find happiness as long as that happens. I don't mind if I...
Even though my wish may not come true, it's still satisfying that I can entrust it to someone I believe in. 024 said something along those lines. Snowy rubs against my leg. Is he warning me to be cautious of my pursuers who have arrived and are coming closer, or does he want me to pet him? I inspect him and closely realize it's the latter. He must be worried. I crouch down and scratch Snowy's head.
Snowy, you think this is what it means to feel alive?
Snowy looks at me while wagging its tail. I pick up Snowy and gently hug it. Snowy shows no sign of resistance and allows me to do so. My pursuers are closing in now, but I will not run anymore. It is true that I am still frightened, but it's strange. I am also satisfied. Snowy licks my cheek.
I'll be okay now. Things are about to get hairy, so you should hurry and get out of here.
I let Snowy go, but he does not leave me.
If you don't go, it'll make things hard on me. Okay?
Snowy looks at my face for a while. Eventually it droops its head and walks off. Snowy looks back several times. Eventually it disappears into the tall grass. My relief is cut short by 5 armed humans pointing their guns at me. I have no intention of resisting. I smile at them. Though it was only for a short while, I lived. I feel the happiness of passing down my wish. It was only for a short period of time, but I may have granted the wish of the girl who was in our mother. I allow myself to be restrained without resistance. They take me back to the laboratory. I was so absorbed in my escape attempt I did not notice the severe damage I inflicted upon this facility. It seems that my delicate machinery used to tamper with my memories is in no condition to be used.
Look at this mess! Going after humans? Oh, I bet the girl they used as a template for this model was a snotty brat, too. Even if we delete its memories, it'll be too dangerous to keep using this unit.
There are so many things about it I want to research, though.
It's not worth the risks. The 5th-generation anti-shadow suppression weapon will be sealed indefinitely once it's fully restrained again.
The voice is the last thing I hear before my consciousness is cut off. Okay, so that's how they resolved that. I was kind of wondering.
Huh?
My consciousness should have been shut down, but I have awakened.
Place. It's that ocean.
I am on that pier. The blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glistening water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. Even Snowy is next to me. The scene is identical to the one from before, though this time I sense no pursuers. I was captured. I remember that clearly. But this is obviously an abnormal situation, at odds with my memories, but the clear blue sky and oceans are still so beautiful that I cannot help but gaze at them. If only I could go beyond it. Just as I thought crosses my mind, my viewpoint ascends. Soon afterwards, I realize I am floating as if my body is weightless. I am astonished at myself to be thinking such strange things, but then my field of vision drifts, and I turn my attention to that. The scenery I know already begins to mix with other environments I do not know. They become connected, continuous images and pass like a slideshow. From time to time I pass through the drifting images, but I cannot grasp anything within those spaces. Even when they are about to collide with me, I pass right through me. Could this be dreaming? I remember something I once heard from a researcher at the facility. They said it would be possible to dream as we have a mind and may develop an ego. Though it would technically not be identical to a human's dream, the phenomenon would be very similar. I feel that the example the research gave me of what a dream is like matches my current experience. I am having a dream, then things are not possible in reality may be possible here. For example, if I can leave this island, if I can go beyond the ocean. The girl 024 wanted me to meet said that even though she knows this world is big, she would not be able to see it for herself. What could that have meant? Was she in a place that limited her world? As I was unable to leave the island? Just when it seems the images flowing around me have stopped, I find myself in an unknown room. There is a bed here. Next to it is a flat-screen monitor. There are also white shelves surrounding the bed. To me, one side is a stand for an intravenous drip. There is a machine connected to it by cords. Though it is small, it appears to function like a lifetime monitor. It is similar to the research facility. Could it be a hospital? The voices that sound from somewhere belong to a man and a woman. I have not heard these voices before.
She said during this morning's checkup that she wanted to go to school. She asked how much better she needs to get to be able to go.
Understandable. This ward is right near the road most of the students take. She must be lonely, too, not having seen her parents lately. How much better she needs to get. She still doesn't know that her condition is incurable.
Why don't you be honest with her and tell her she won't ever be able to go? It's cruel to string her along like this.
Shh, keep your voice down. Room's next door.
I understand at once that these people are speaking of the girl I wish to meet. The scene feels as if it comes from my own memory. I do not doubt it at all. The girl's suffering is some kind of illness. She may not be able to go to the outside. Her condition prevents her from leaving her small world. Her life is like ours. Could this girl have heard the conversation? How did it make her feel to hear it? I want to spend more time on the outside world. I want to live a normal life. The thoughts that come to my mind are not
I
mine.
wonder if the nurses thought things like the student council were too much trouble to bother with when they were in school. I don't know. It sounds fun to me.
Just as I thought, it's the girl's voice. When I listen to her, I can sense a strong yearning and admiration.
I admire the student council president. I mean, they're the ones that get things done for everyone. But I guess it's because they're like that in the first place that they get to be president, huh?
The girl had a strong desire to attend school and live a normal school life with friends. As I review these voices and feelings, an interest in the school she longs for grows within me.
I wonder what that's like. Would it be fun?
I wish to see for myself what she desires. Is there a specific image of it? What kind of place is it? What activities do the attendants perform while there? But there are no memories in regards to schools. This must mean that the girl has no such memories.
I don't know anything about schools or whatever else student life is like.
I want to see them.
I can show you, if you so desire.
A voice answered my unspoken thought. Who could it be? I do not think I know this voice. For some reason, my mind becomes hazy. I cannot access my memories easily.
Who's there?
There's no need to be alarmed. I only want to give you a glimpse of the world you long to know.
I was under the impression that this was a dream. Dreams are supposedly to release valve for memories, yet this voice does not feel like part of me. Could that be possible? As I ponder these things, the scene around me changes completely. I first see a 3-story concrete building. I do not know this building. As I examine it, my surroundings change again. The same desks and chairs are lined up. In front of me is a dark green rectangular board on the wall.
Is this a school? A real classroom?
This is the place the girl lived. It is here that I have gained an interest in. I find myself forgetting that this is a dream and focus on the senses on the desks and chairs. Then I realize that I cannot move at will, just as when I feel my body rise to the beach.
So this is where classes happen.
I feel a sudden
What do
excitement.
the students do when there aren't any classes? Do they just talk and stuff?
That mysterious voice doesn't answer. Instead, I am surrounded by other sounds. Many voices are talking at once. It reminds me of the sound of waves near the ocean. But the sound is lively and enjoyable. The voices belong to boys and girls surrounding a desk. They are laughing and talking. They wear common clothing, though there are some differences. These may be uniforms. It is interesting to see that each person's uniform is distinct in some way. That one is the only one with something around his neck. Interesting. Who is this voice then? I thought it was her persona. A girl with short hair and green jacket raises her right arm. Next to her is a girl with long black hair, wearing a red jacket. She smiles. There is one well-built young man with strange spiky hair. In contrast to him, I see a small, delicate, and intellectual-looking young man. Last, surrounded by them, is a young man with calm demeanor sitting at his desk. The front of his uniform is open, and his white shirt is showing. They seem to be talking about something, and I can't quite discern what it is. The scene proceeds to show various points at a normal school day. Classes, activities, clubs, student council. It looks so much fun, I get excited. But then I remember, this is just a dream. I'm only dreaming. No matter how much I may want it, there will never be a day when I can attend school for myself. The scenes that I saw sit around the young man and his friends. I will never join in their circle. I cannot go to school. I'm not even human. I consider the self-evident truth once again. Though I look human, I am a machine made by humans. It does not matter how close my heart is to that of a human or how much my ego develops. I cannot become a real human. This mechanical body can never become truly human. Just as our mother did not wish to overcome the obstacle of her illness, no matter how much she wished for it, I cannot overcome the obstacle of being a machine. It is futile for someone who cannot become a human to yearn for normal human life. There's a strange sensation somewhere in my chest. It feels like pain. Still, although I am a machine created as a weapon, that girl loved me. What if there are other people like her who could understand me? Would I then be able to find a place to belong amongst the humans? But
you'll never find a place where you belong. Humans created you as a tool. They would never think of you as anything more. Everyone, to a man, lives by averting their eyes from something inside them. They all wish to live inside a never-ending dream. For who has the right to say they shouldn't?
For just a moment, I sense an incongruity in the kind voice. A strange pain within my body softens a little.
There are even humans who do not understand others' feelings. Still others do understand, and trample upon them regardless. Compared to them, you are much more human.
I remember the researchers. They certainly do not understand me, 024 or my sisters. We were treated only as objects, even after they tried to give us a heart.
Why not then seek to be human?
Me? Be a human?
The voice winds gently inside my mind. I feel my body is growing uneasily light, and the world is spinning around me.
People sort through their memories in dreams. Each night they let go of painful memories and continue their lives with the morning sun. That's all you need do. Forget anything contrary to your desires.
If I forget...
Do not fear the act of letting go. The ones you admire wished only for you to be happy.
My mind seizes upon something. That precious wish. The desire given to me to meet our mother someday and tell her thank you. I must not forget that. But as long as this wish is precious to me, as long as I cannot erase it from my heart, the fact that I am not human will remain.
And I, too. All I wish from the depths of my heart is for you to find joy.
Happiness.
I think back.
I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
I remember the girl who wished for our happiness. I want to grant that wish. I want to tell her thank you, but it will be difficult for me now. In which case, should I not seize the opportunity and be happy here for her sake?
And be happy.
My vision goes dark. The sounds I hear fade away. I feel as if I am falling.
Everything is now in readiness.
So, yeah, who is that? That is not her persona, then. So someone clearly actually did abduct her and, orchestrate this whole thing. Interesting. When I open my eyes, I'm staring at a wood-grain board. It's the surface of a desk. I quickly raise my head. It looks like I fell asleep in class. My sleeve was pressed against my forehead while I was asleep, and the texture left a mark. Oh man, I hope no one sees this. I rub my forehead a little and look around the classroom. According to the clock on the wall, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The only thing written on the blackboard is 5/1/2012, Tuesday. Everything else is erased. I stretch out my arms. I feel a little tired, but I gotta stay focused. After all, I just got elected student council president in the elections a couple days ago. I have to keep in touch with what people who voted for me want in a leader. Things with the student council will get pretty hectic after school. I should hurry to the student council room. I stand up and open the door to the back of the class. When I go in the hallway, there's no one around. I check inside the classrooms as I go, but I still don't see anyone.
Where the heck is everyone?
It's weird. The whole school is usually rowdier than this after classes. I should hear people talking and laughing in classrooms, and teachers yelling at them to quiet down. Where's all the bustle of the students and everyone getting ready for the after-school activities? Just when I'm wondering that, I turn around and look down the way I came.
There they are.
There's some students in the hallway. Some of them are chatting with the others and are coming out of the classrooms. A few of them run past me, carrying their bags. Yeah, that's more like it. This is how school's supposed to be.
No running in the hallway!
The students give me an apologetic smile, but he just waves to me as he zooms down the stairs.
Jeez, you'll put your eye out if you don't look where you're going. Oh well. I just gotta clamp down on him more from now on.
I put my hands on my hips
Hey
and
there, Miss
sigh.
President.
Are you off to the student council room? Have fun.
You're always so excited about that.
Bye, Miss President. See you next...
Everyone walking down the hallway talks to me. I wave back at them. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me, but ever since I got elected student council president, all the students seem to know who I am. The job comes with a lot of pressure, but I know I'm up for it. I'm going to be busier than ever around school now. I did have my doubts, but in the end, I'm glad that I ran for student council president.
I did the right thing. I did.
I head to the student council room. Time flies by as I go over my agenda. Before I know it, there's a red light pouring out from the west window. It's already sundown.
Guess that's enough for today.
There's no one left in the student council room. I had the others go home before it got too late. But when I said that if they pushed themselves too much at the start, they'd burn out quick, they just laughed and said, "The same goes for you." I leave the student council room and lock it up. As I go down the hallway to return the key, I see a strange woman at the far end of the hallway. She's not wearing our school uniform. She's got an odd hat, some gloves, and a one-piece dress. They're all the same deep blue color. Underneath one arm is an odd-looking book. I can see her face with her back towards me, but her short, straight hair draws my attention. Her hair is this radiant silver, like if pearls were stretched into
Who in the
strands.
world is that?
Maybe it's the clothes, but she gives off this strong presence. I get a little uneasy looking at her. I'm not tiptoeing or anything. She doesn't turn around until I'm almost 2 meters away. When she finally does, though, I gasp a little. Her features are so perfect, like she's a sculpture.
Excuse me? You got some reason to be at our school? Are you sure this is how things should be? Huh?
I don't understand what she's getting at, but for some reason the question throws me.
I am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gathering. I am in no position to give advice. But, this place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future.
My life?
What she just said sounded pretty scary. She may have some screws loose, but something is whispering deep down in my heart, asking me, does she have a point? Aren't you looking away from something important?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes. That is why I was waiting here to give you one last chance.
The lady opened a thick book she's holding. I don't know how it's doing that, but light streams from the book. It gets stronger and stronger until I have to shield my eyes. The blinding light finally begins to fade a little. I slowly open my eyes. First thing I see should have been my arm, but what is instead an arm made of metal.
What is this?
I can't believe the awkward metal arm is mine. It's like metal plates are completely covering it. I start tugging at them and try and tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
It's not just my arm, my legs have changed too. Why are my legs and arms mechanical? My whole body even. I stare at my hands in confusion. These aren't my hands, all right. Part of me knows that, but I shake my head. What am I thinking? There's no way these are my hands. It's not possible. It's not... My head hurts. What is this?
I will be your opponent for a short while. During that time, why not think back about who you are?
Huh? My opponent?
The lady takes a slightly defensive stance.
And away we go.
Oh, Elizabeth. You are 7 kinds of awesome. Oh yeah, better save here.
I see. Remarkable. You're opening my door.
Oh, interesting. My persona abilities don't work.
I see. Remarkable. I see. That's quite fun. From this moment forth. Oh my. Oh my. He goes. Thanatos. Oh my. You're showing your potential.
I somehow managed to beat the lady in blue who attacked me. How did I win? How did I use those metal arms and legs like it was second nature? I don't understand. Lady in blue stands before me exactly like she was when I first saw her. She's not even breathing hard.
Well done, but I'm sure you realize now. You are not human. There must have been an important promise that could only be kept in that guise. That must have been your reason for living, whether it's worth losing that or not. I ask that you give it serious thought.
An important promise. My reason for living?
I repeat that to myself. It seems important
Now,
somehow.
It seems the tumult of trials is about to begin, in which case, I bid you good luck.
The thick book closes with a loud thud. Strangely, the ordinary sound lingers in my mind. When I come back to my senses, there's no one here anymore. I take a nervous look at my arms and legs.
Nothing seems different about me.
There's no metal on my limbs now. Just ordinary skin and bones.
What the heck was that? A dream?
Yeah, what was that? Would daydream be the word for what just happened? I can't sort out my thoughts, so I think to myself, I can't let it go, get to me. I just let it go. But some things I can't dismiss that easily. You are not human. You have an important promise, which must have been made
She
to
said-
be a reason for living.
I'm forgetting something? That I need to remember?
My head's hurting again. The pain brings back another memory. It's just for a second, but I can't quite catch it. But I saw blue skies, the ocean, someone else was there. Maybe a white dog, too. I don't know. I think there might be more to it, but the last voice I heard stays with me.
I mean, we're loved after all.
When I come to, my hands are balled into fists. That's when I make a decision. That promise, that reason for living, I have to hang on to it. I didn't hear them until now, but the strange voices everywhere in the school building. Is this the tumulus of trial the lady in blue mentioned? Is that really going to be a
I
thing?
can't just leave this be. I'm the dang student council president.
Student council president, I have to find out what's going on in my school. I need to make sure the students aren't getting involved with anything dangerous. I start running towards the first floor. God, now her accent's just turned to British. I'm not good at... And, okay. I kind of figured we would get to her, running into her shadow self.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and
Okay.
matter.
So yes, now I can continue
Why
the
don't you
Persona 4
introduce
cliffhangers.
yourself?
Awesome! Oh, and this one is yellow, I guess, showing that it's done. Which doesn't make sense, but I guess maybe it makes sense. I don't really know. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I will end the episode here. Whew, that was a long one. That was a long one with a lot of talking and a lot of bad accents.